Generally speaking, most castles are hundreds of years old. They have enormous history, and through the years, many people have come and gone from these places. So it is not surprising to hear about ghostly encounters. Let's take a look into 11 paranormal photos that were captured in castles. This picture was taken at Lauriston Castle, in Edinburgh. While wandering the historical grounds, Drew McAdam took some exterior photos of the Scottish castle. When he viewed the pictures on his computer, he noticed a figure at the window. He stated the castle was locked, and no one was inside when he took the pictures.
On bringing them up on my computer, I was going to edit them a bit, but noticed the strangest thing, figure at one of the windows, who I swear was not there when I arrived. To me, it doesn't look like a ghost, it looks like a real person. I know the house really well. Some people said it was a mannequin or something, but there's no mannequins in that place, it's a museum.
Skipton Castle in North Yorkshire, England, was built in 1090, by a Norman baron. Mark Whitaker and his companion, Amanda Ledger, took this photo when they were visiting this location.
It actually sent a shiver down my spine, as I didn't see it in the picture until I transferred it to my computer. I think it's a ghost of a little girl of some kind, especially with what she is wearing. She has a dress and bonnet that I think is like what they would wear 200 or 300 years ago.
This picture was taken at Stirling Castle, in the 1930s. The original print currently resides at the Regimental Museum of the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. It was believed the photographer was taking the pictures to study the design of the building. He woke up early that morning to avoid the crowd that might get in the way. So he was certain no one was around when he took the photos. The photo went through the hands of several different owners before landing in the museum. And the first owner was Sir Humphrey Gale, a notorious practical joker. Therefore, the authenticity of the ghost in this picture may be questionable. A group of friends visited Berry Pomeroy Castle, in South Devon, when they captured this picture of what many considers to be spirits of horses, or spirits riding them.
We went in the early hours of this morning, and the image was taken just before 1 a.m. Lots of people think it's horses chasing someone, which I 100% believe too.
Legend has it that two of the castle's inhabitants, the Pomeroy brothers, were chased by their enemies. But instead of falling into their enemies' hands, the two brothers rode their horses to the top of their castle and leapt to their deaths. In the area where it is believed they jumped to their deaths, many visitors claim they would hear screams. In 2009, tourist Christopher Aitchison visited Tantallon Castle, in East Lothian. There he took a photo of what many people consider to be one of the best paranormal photos ever taken. Aitchison was so surprised by the women in the image, that he called the castle, and asked if they had anyone there doing reenactments that day. The people in charge told him that Tantallon Castle does not feature costumed guides, or mannequins in period outfits. Tests were done on the photo, and confirmed that the image was not digitally altered. This photo was also taken in Tantallon Castle. Grace Lamb, of Edinburgh, took this picture in 1977. It showed her husband Hugh, and children Paul and Kelly. But behind the family, there seems to stand an older woman watching them. Grace never thought anything odd from her family photo, nor did she ever release it to the public. It was only when she read about Aitchison's 2009 ghost photo in the same castle, that she noticed the similarities between their two photos, and was surprised it might actually be the same apparition, but over 30 years apart. John Wicks took his 12-year-old son Harry, to Ainsford Castle in Kent, for Harry's school project. While exploring the location, they took some photos. In this particular picture, John captured an image of a black shadow standing in front of them. It seems to be wearing a hooded robe. According to locals, others have seen the same shadow figure at Ainsford Castle. Many said the apparition may be William de Ainsford, who in 1130, held the castle for the Archbishop of Canterbury, and allegedly retired to become a monk. Built in 1071, Dudley Castle is famous for its paranormal activities. In 2014, Dean and Amy Harper visited the castle. They took many pictures that day. While flipping through the photos on their mobile phone, an eerie image caught their attention. The couple noticed a grey shadow emerging from the courtyard window.
On looking through the images that evening, Amy saw a glow, as though a light was on the top window level. On zooming in, we noticed on the bottom, inside an arch, there was a lady and what appears to be a little girl.
For centuries, there has been reports of a Grey Lady haunting Dudley Castle. Perhaps this is the visual evidence of the Grey Lady. Our last 3 photos were taken in Hampton Court Palace. It is widely considered to be one of the most haunted castles in England. Hampton Court was the home of Henry VIII and the Tudor dynasty for more than 500 years. Needless to say, the palace holds a great deal of history, many of which were unhappy. Our first Hampton Court photo was taken by Holly Hampshire. Holly and her cousin Brooke McGee were exploring the palace. Holly then decided to snap some pictures of her cousin on her iPhone. The photo showed Brooke, wearing the green jacket, and followed by an unexplainable apparition. It almost seems as if the head was detached from the body, or maybe its neck was several feet long. Holly immediately snapped another picture of Brooke when she turned around. But the thing that was behind Brooke was no longer there. It was later in the day, when the 2 girls were looking through their photos, that they realized what they had captured. People claim the spirit could be Dame Sybil Penn, a servant of the royal family, and died in 1562 of smallpox in Hampton Court. The second paranormal photo of Hampton Court was taken by bus driver Trevor Tye. He was visiting the palace and taking random pictures. Once home, he reviewed the photos and spotted something unusual. There was a ghostly female figure on top of the stairs, near the doorway. When Trevor inquired the palace workers about this, they informed him that a security guard had spotted the ghost of a young woman or girl in the same spot on more than one occasion. Could this have been Catherine Howard, Henry VIII's 5th wife, who was beheaded at the palace in 1542 for allegedly having an affair? Stories of her haunting the palace has been around for centuries. Our final Hampton Court picture was taken by a palace security camera. Many of you may have probably seen this paranormal event. I will show both the security footage and the picture. In the early 2000s, security guards at the palace noticed a fire door in one of the exhibition area kept opening. When they went to investigate the CCTV's recordings, they saw a figure opening the door. The figure seems to be wearing a period outfit, and was clearly captured by the camera. Security guard James Fawkes said,
"I thought someone was having a laugh, but our costumed guides don't own a costume like that. It is actually quite unnerving. It was incredibly spooky because the face just didn't look human."
Even before the security video was checked, a visitor had written in the palace's visitor book that she thought she had seen a ghost in that area.